This is a little video about finding the the equation of tangent line for the most part. So I'm going to use homework. I'm going to use problem number 6 and 7 from homework 4 to illustrate this concept. So if you've attempted those problems and had trouble, this will help you. If you haven't attempted those problems, you may want to go look at them first and kind of maybe give some thought to how you might approach it and then come back and watch the video. So here we go. The equation of the tangent line is the tangent line is a line that touches the graph at one point. Or another way to think of it is it's a straight line whose slope is the same as the instantaneous slope at that point, which means we can find the slope of the tangent line by using the derivative, because the derivative gives us the instantaneous slope at that point. So, and also the equation of the line, we can use like y equals mx plus b, or we can use y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Those are the two, that's the two main equations we use for forms of the equations for writing a linear equation. This second one's going to be more useful because we have a point and we're going to be able to find a slope, and that's the two things I need to use that equation. Okay, so first thing I would do is I would find the slope. So I'm going to start off by saying y equals x times the square root of x. I can write that differently. That's really equal to x times x to the 1/2 power, which is equal to x to the 3/2 power. Because this is x to the first, x to the 1/2, multiply them together, and you get x to the 3/2. So then if I want to find the slope of that, that'd be dy dx. That's equal to 3/2 x to the 1/2. So this is an equation that can find the instantaneous slope of that graph at any point just by plugging in the x coordinate of that point. So what I want to know is, what is the slope at, oops, that's a dy there. I want to know the slope at x equals 9. So that'd be 3/2 times 9 to the 1/2 power. Of course, 9 to the 1/2 power is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so this would be 9/2. So that's the slope at that point. So now to write the equation, I would just go y minus 27, because that's your y coordinate, is equal to 9/2, that's the slope, times x minus the x coordinate, which is 9. And that is the equation of the tangent line at the point 9, 27. But of course, in the web work, it asks you, it basically has a y equals and then a box. So they're providing the y. So we have to adjust this. So I'd add 27 to both sides, and I get y equals 9/2 times x minus 9 plus 27. So now I have the equation with y on one side and everything else on the other. So then I would put that 9/2 x minus 9 plus 27 in the box. Okay? So that was homework 4, number 6. Okay. So now we'll do homework 4, number 7. And this time the function is f of x equals 2x squared minus 7. At least that's my function. Yours will be a little bit different. And this has 3 parts. It says, first of all, A, find the slope of the line tangent to f of x. So we want the slope of tangent line to f of x at x equals -6. So the slope of the tangent line, of course, is the derivative at that point. So first I'll come up with a derivative of f, and that would be 4x, because the derivative of 2x squared is 4x, and the derivative of 7 is 0. So then we want to know what's the derivative evaluated at -6, and that would be -24. So that would be my answer, -24. Then part B says, find the instantaneous rate of change. I'll use our familiar rate of change of f of x at x equals -6. Now, if we have a good, deep philosophical understanding of derivatives, we recognize that this is really asking the same question, isn't it? The instantaneous rate of change is another word for instantaneous derivative. And so we're looking for the derivative when x equals -6. Well, we just found that up here, because that's what the slope of the tangent line is. So the answer to this would be just -24. Part C says find the equation of the tangent line. So now we want the equation of the tangent line at x equals 6, or x equals -6. So again, we've already found everything we need. So, well, actually that's not true. We don't know the y-coordinate yet. We know the x-coordinate and the slope, but we need to find the y-coordinate. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to take f of -6. And remember that f is this guy up here, 2x squared minus 7. So that would be 2 times -6 squared minus 7. So that would be 36 times 2 is 72 minus 7, which would be, what, 65? Yep. So then my equation is going to be y minus 65 is equal to, my slope was -24, times x minus a -6, which would be plus 6. And once again, the box has y equals, and then the box. So I'd want to move that 65 over, so I'd put in here -24 times x plus 6 plus 65. And that would be my answer for part C. All right, thank you very much. Let me know if you have any other questions.